nice guys and dorks like Jonah Hill are so jealous of the women they date, they try to destroy them. So I have so much to say on this, but I want to focus on this one point in this video. My ex said out loud things that most of these men are smart enough not to actually say, but my ex was pretty dumb. I mean, he was brilliant when it came to be like predatory instinct, but he was actually not a smart man. So he said some things out loud, a lot like my dad used to say, although my dad was smart. They both said stuff out loud they should never say. One of them was that he literally would feed me all the time. He would feed, like we worked at a pizza place together in New Mexico. I was a waitress, he was a cook. I was 36. My confidence was very low because my book did not sell. My friend had just died. It was really not in a good place. And that is usually when you're most vulnerable, which is why you should not be dating at all unless you're feeling really good. And then even then, make sure who you date, because a man will literally see a woman who's like feeling great about herself and be like, I want to destroy that. So he would feed me all this stuff. He'd feed me brownies and cookies, and he would always make my pizza, but he'd throw extra cheese. One day I was like, dude, you know my history with eating disorders, because by the way, I was like on and off bulimic for like almost 15 years or so. I don't even know. It was a long time. It's taken me a long time to deconstruct all this fat phobia and whatever. So I was actually doing pretty good when I met him, and then he just kept trying to feed me stuff all the time. And one day he said out loud, I gotta fatten you up so no other man will want you. That's what Jonah Hill, that's his attitude. He wanted her to stop. He liked her because of her body and because of her, all of that stuff, right? He loved those photos of her. And then as soon as he got her, he didn't want any other man to have it. These men don't like to share. Not only do they like to destroy the very thing they're attracted to, clip the wings of the very bird that they see as exotic, they also are unbelievably jealous. And they want you all to themselves, which is why they will, bit by bit, slowly but surely, emotionally abuse you, gaslight you, get under your skin, so that all that confidence that you went into that relationship with, you no longer have, so that you don't have the confidence to get out of that relationship. And that's why we end up staying with these dudes for so long. It took me so long to build my confidence back after dating that one guy, and I wasn't even with him for a year, y'all. I can't imagine how much you have to pour into yourself after being married to someone for a long time like that. The other thing, and I've said this before, that he said out loud, he said, dang, I wish you didn't have that IUD. Now I can't knock you up and you can just leave. I laughed and joked and was like, you can't trap me with a baby. I just abort that thing anyway. Because I would. You really want to trap me? You get me a dog. Yeah. Never say that. Never tell a narcissist, sociopath, abuser, or whatever, like literally the playbook. Because he came home with a dog the next day, then I had to rehome it. Around it was the next day, but sometime like very shortly after, he brought home a puppy, which is the same as like, not the same, but is like the same tactic of like putting a baby in you. You have way less choices, way less money, way less anything when you're tied to somebody and also are just exhausted or, strained by taking care of something you're not ready to take care of, especially a baby. And, I've said before also, my dad admitted, he used to be in the Navy, literally had to bounce a quarter off of his bed in order to like not get in trouble. Like that's how well he can make beds. The man can make beds better than any woman I know probably. And then when he was married, he literally said he's pretended to not know how to make beds so that his wife would do it. So in case you were wondering, y'all, this is all intentional. It's all calculated. And even looking at this is just on his Wikipedia page. It says transcendental meditation along with surfing. I'd say those two things have changed my happiness level and my ability to cope with stress, anxiety, and depression. So you love surfing. You date a surfer. You date a surfer who's way better at it than you. And then as soon as you get her, you don't want her to surf anymore, bro. I'm telling y'all, these dudes, insecure men are the most dangerous people on the planet, and they don't ever date them. They will literally destroy you because you're not insecure, because you love yourself and are confident. And if you have your own money and all that other stuff, watch out. They're going to take all your money while they try to destroy you. Be careful out there, y'all. Be careful. These men are so smart. Even the dumb ones are smart.